everyone, welcome back. And this is a video I said I'd make a few days ago. I just got around to it now though. Since I already made my video on things in Naruto that pisses me off, I decided I'll make a video on things in Bleach that pisses me off. So even though I like Bleach more than Naruto, only a tiny bit, granted, but still I do, there's still things in Bleach that pisses me off nowadays, albeit not nearly as much as in Naruto, okay? And that's basically what we're going to talk about in this video. So yeah, now, this is something that I said about Naruto, I'll say about Bleach as well. It's not nearly as prominent in Bleach, but it still exists in the series, though. The lack of character development and the lack of support character development and lack of support character involvement. Now, this is definitely not nearly as prominent in Bleach as it is in Naruto, but it's still prominent, especially now because all the support characters have had their little moments earlier on, same as in Naruto, and now you hardly ever see any more development or very much more involvement anymore. And it's kind of sad, really. Like, the only ones I can really think of are Kisuke, who I suspect will have some more involvement, as well as Shunsui, since we're supposed to learn his Bankai, like it's been confirmed. Uryu, since he's obviously we already know he's going to have a huge part in this arc, and possibly Ryuken, although, like I said in one of my previous videos, when I talked about the 5 war potentials, I couldn't see him helping out the Soul Reapers at all, okay. And also Kenpachi, we know, since he is one of the 5 war potentials. But what about, say, Rukia? Rukia is my favorite fucking character in the series. And she hardly ever gets any fucking screen time anymore. And it's sad because she was the first character that we literally laid eyes on in the series. Alright. And from the opening scene, I thought she was going to play a huge part in the series, and she did for a while, but not so much anymore. Like, the biggest part she probably played in the series was from the beginning of the series all the way to the end of the Soul Society arc. And even, like, the single biggest part would definitely be in that first arc, because in the Soul Society arc, she was captured, obviously, so she couldn't play a huge role. Like, personally, like, fight and shit. Obviously, also because she, didn't have any of her powers back at that point, obviously. Yeah, that's definitely one of my biggest complaints about the series as a whole. Also, the lack of character development for Ichigo. Now, I do think that Ichigo is a much more likable character than Naruto, because Naruto's a fucking retard. But, like, why does Ichigo get little to no character development whatsoever? It's been how fucking long now, and he's pretty much the same character. This is one of the reasons, well, one of the many reasons why I'm straying away from One Piece, because I heard that Luffy gets no character development either throughout the course of the series, or at least very little. But, like Ichigo, really, he needs more character development. Okay, and maybe after his training he's acquired some, I don't know, but really, oh man. Also, Kubo tends to like to be a troll a lot, and like have a huge cliffhanger, but then take fucking forever in terms of chapter releases to get back to it. Prime example, Ichigo. Alright, after his training, or rather after the last part of his training that we actually saw, we don't know if there was still more that they're gonna like flash back to later that we didn't see yet. But after the last bit of his training that we saw, how fucking long was it till the last chapter when we actually finally saw him again? And Kenpachi too. We still haven't seen him yet again. How fucking long has it been since he finished his training and basically with Unohana and basically killed her? How fucking long has it been? It's kind of ridiculous. Alright, I honestly think so. And probably my single biggest complaint about the series, and I think that everyone else can agree with me on this, is that Ichigo only has one main attack, which is Getsuga Tensho, and that's horseshit. Now, there have been moments in the series where he has had other attacks, such as when he had his Fulguri, he had special moves and techniques for that. But that only lasted one arc. And when he was fighting against Ukiura, he went into Resurrection and he could use like Sonito and Seros. Alright. But that only lasted then. And now we haven't even seen his Hollow Mask anymore, because his Hollow Mask was definitely a move, or a technique, not an attack, but a technique to increase his power. But we still haven't seen that in such a long-ass fucking time. Alright. So there's that. And then, let's see here, when he was in order to defeat Aizen, he used the final Getsuga Tensho, which was pretty fucking epic, I have to admit, but he didn't even use that for very long, and then we had not seen it again since then, obviously, because if he would use it again, he would lose his powers again, obviously. So, yeah, it's kind of, and so other than that, he always resorts to speed blitzing his enemies, and he'll speed blitz his enemies and slash them with his sword, or, more times than not, speed blitz his enemies and use Getsuga Tensho as fucking horseshit. Now, he does have those twos on Pato now, which means that he could possibly use them for like a double Getsuga Tensho, or use other moves like perhaps create a shield or shoot blast out of the tips of both of them. And there's so many other techs that he could use and techniques that he could use, and I really hope that he does, alright. And not to mention he has his Quincy powers now too, and I so want to see him pull out like a fucking bow and shoot an arrow, or perhaps many arrows at once. Alright, that would be so fucking awesome. I just want to see more than the Getsuga Tensho, okay? Oh man, another problem I have with Ichigo is that whenever you think he's going to develop, in the next arc he backwards character develops, honestly. Like when he defeated Aizen, it looked like he was a changed person in terms of personality, at least a little bit. But then at the start of the next arc, he's back to where he was before. When he defeats Genjo, you think he's gonna completely change and developed character, but at the beginning of this current arc, he's back where he was before. Now, once again, you think he's a completely changed and developed character. Who wants to bet he's going to end up exactly where he was before at the end of it? Honestly, why does Kubo have to be such a fucking troll? Like, that's all he is right now. He's a fucking troll. Oh my god. Anyway, that's really all the things in Bleach that piss me off right now. I know not a huge amount. I mean, especially not in this current arc, because this current arc, like, I'm loving this current arc, okay? Really am. I think it's one of the best arcs in Bleach, period, if you're going manga-wise. So, yeah. Anyways, overall, I hope you enjoyed this review, guys, or video, guys. See you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.